Hi friends, today our topic is workshop technology. First one, the metal is subjected to mechanical working for refining grain size, reducing original block into desired shape, controlling the direction of flow lines. All of this. Answer is all of this. Second, the temperature at which the new grains are formed in the metal is called low critical temperature, upper critical temperature, eclectic temperature, recrystallization temperature. Recrystallization temperature. The recrystallization temperature of steel is 800 degrees centigrade. The hot working of metal is carried out above the recrystallization temperature. During hot working of metals, porosity of metal is largely eliminated, grain structure of the metal is refined, mechanical properties are improved due to refinement of grains. During hot working of metals, poor surface finish produced, scale is formed on the metal surface, close tolerance cannot be maintained. Structural sections such as rails, angles, I-beams are made by hot rolling. Which of the following method can be used for manufacturing 2-meter long seamless metallic tubes? Extrusion and rolling. The minimum size of a bloom is 15 centimeter into 15 centimeter. The minimum size of billet is 10 cm by 10 cm. Disagree. The bloom is smaller than billet. False. A two high rolling mill consists of two rolls which rotates at the same speed but in opposite direction. The two rolls in a two high rolling mills are of equal size. A three high rolling mill consists of three rolls placed one above the other. Which of the following statement is correct? The upper and bottom rolls rotates in the same direction, whereas the middle roll rotates in opposite direction. In a four high rolling mill, there are four rolls, out of which two are working rolls and two are backup rolls. In four high rolling mill, the diameter of backup rolls is larger than the diameter of working rolls. The parts of circular cross section which are symmetrical about the axis of rotation are made hot spinning. During drying operation, the states of stress in the in cup would include both compressive and stress in flange, tensile stress in the wall. The correct sequence for preparing a billet for extrusion process is pickling, alkaline cleaning, phosphate coating, and lubricating with reactive soap. Yes, this is the problem. The mode of deformation of the metal during spinning is bending and stretching. The metal extrusion process is generally used for producing uniform solid and hollow sections. The cold working of metal carried out below the recrystallization temperature. Cold working distorts grain structure and does not provide an appreciable reduction in size. Correct. Cold working requires much higher pressure than that hot working. Yes. The increase in hardness due to cold working is called work hardening. Cold working of metal increases tensile strength, yield strength, hardness. During cold working process, grain structure is distorted, strengthened, hardness of metal increases, closed dimensional tolerance can be maintained, all of the above. Rotary swagging. Rotary swagging is used for reducing the diameter of round bars and tubes by rotating dies which opens and close rapidly on the work. Hot piercing is extensively used for making bolts and nuts. Now, extrusion consists of pressing the metal inside a chamber to force it out by high pressure through an orifice which is shaped to provide the desired form of the finished part. The process used to improve fatigue resistance of the metal by setting up compressive stress in its surface is known as cold peening. The process extensively used for making bolts and nuts is cold heading. The process of increasing the cross section of a bar at the expense of its length is called upsetting. The process of decreasing the cross sectional of a bar and increasing its length is called drawing down. A moving mandrel is used in tube drawing. Tandem drawing of wires and tubes is necessary because annealing is needed between stages. In order to get uniform thickness of the plate by rolling process, one provides hardening of the rolls. The blank diameter used in thread rolling will be a little larger than the minor diameter of the threads. Thread rolling is restricted to ductile materials. A saw which cuts wood during the return stroke of the saw is known as pull saw or draw saw. A mortise gauge is a marking tool. A rip saw is used to cutting along the grains of woods. A gimlet is a boring tool. Which of the following statement is wrong? An auger is a planing tool. The dowels are wooden nails. A pattern is used to make the mold cavity for pouring the molten metal for casting. Yes. Which of the following material can be used for making patterns? Aluminum, wax, lead, all of this. Metal patterns are used for large scale production of casting. Aluminum is the best material for making patterns because it is light in weight, easy to work, corrosion resistant, all of this. Thank you.